श्रीगणेशाय नमः। ॐ यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैव उपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञात्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दसाम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। वेदोदधिं समुन्मथ्य ज्ञानरत्नं समुद्रितम् येन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। We are discussing Yoga Vasistha, the Nirvana Prakaran, and first half. In that 87th chapter, where we shall see today Raja Sikhidhwaj Dwara Kumbh ki prasansa, the story of Chudala and Sikhidhwaj is being discussed, where Chudala, the queen, in disguised form, goes to the king who was doing penance in the dense forest, and Chudala, being all-knower, she goes to Sikhidhwaj, her husband, who was doing austerities for years, and now his heart and soul, mind and intellect is somewhat purified. Now he can accept the truth. Thinking this, Chudala went in disguise in form of some celestial being and presented there herself and tried to give the real knowledge, clarity in the scriptures, the words of scriptures, Guru, and how one realizes the self by absolute renunciation, Mahatyaga. So now, Sikhidhwaj asked Chudala, Mahatman, अनेक जन्मात्मक संसार में अनुष्ठित एक साथ परिपक्व हो जाने के कारण फलदान के लिए स्फुरित हो रहे मेरे संचित अप्रत्यक्ष पुण्य द्वारा ही सचमुच इस मंदराचल पर्वत पर पूर्वी वायु द्वारा मेघ के सदृश आप भेजे गए हैं, यह मैं जानता हूँ। Sikhidwaj started praising the celestial being who was none other than Chudala. He was praising, O Great One, I think my all the meritorious deeds have now been ready to fructify, as a result of which you, the great celestial being, has come to me. आपके उपदेश से मैं अवश्य कृतार्थ हो जाऊंगा। यह सूचित करने के लिए मैं कृतार्थ हो ही गया हूँ, यह सिद्ध करने के लिए बोलते हैं सिखध्वज, हे साधो, क्योंकि अमृत बहाने वाली वाणी बोलने वाले आपके साथ मेरा समागम हुआ, इसीलिए आज तो मैं बड़े बड़े धर्मानुष्ठान से धन्य हुए पुरुषों में सबसे प्रथम स्थान में अवस्थित हो गया हूँ। Sikhidwaj says, from your nectarian words, I will be gratified. I will be able to understand the highest truth. O celestial being, I think among all the righteous persons, I feel myself to be the greatest one, because I have been able to see you and talk to you, the greatest personality. सज्जनों का समागम अंतरात्मा में जैसी शांति पहुंच जाता है, वैसे शांति ये राज्य लाभ आदि बड़े बड़े कोई भी पदार्थ नहीं पहुंच जाते हैं। The association with great people gives the highest happiness, which cannot be achieved by any other achievements having great kingdom or all the enjoyments of the modern world. Satsang, the association with the great people or Guru or the scriptures, is the greatest achievement in this world. राज्य लाभ आदि की अपेक्षा साधु समागम में महत्व दिखलाते हैं। Now Sikhidwaj tries to glorify this satsang. साधु पुरुषों का समागम होने पर तत्काल ही अपरिमित ब्रह्मानंद सुख धन दरिद्र आदि सब में सर्वसाधारण रूप से स्फुरित होने लग जाता है। वहाँ राग द्वेष आदि का विचार नहीं रह जाता। राज्य लाभ आदि तो तुच्छ सुख प्रदान करता है। यहाँ अपरिमित आनंद की न संभावना है और न सर्वसाधारण को सुलभ ही है। All these achieving kingdoms or other great enjoyments of the world cannot give so much pleasure as one attains by association with great people. It gives the absolute bliss here and now. महाराज वशिष्ठ जी ने कहा, श्री राम जी सिखध्वज यों कह ही रहे थे कि बीच में ही उस राजा के वाक्य को रोककर नारद मुनि के बच्चे के रूप में विद्यमान चुड़ाला बोलने लगी। So when he was praising Chudala stopped him and said, enough. Now you have to give your introduction. Who are you and how you have come here? What are you doing here? What for all these? Please explain this. चुड़ाला ने कहा, साधो अब मेरी प्रशंसार्थ जो कुछ वचन आप कह रहे हैं उससे रहने दीजिए। आपने जो कुछ पूछा उसका मैंने वर्णन किया। अब मुझसे कहिए कि आप हैं कौन और इस पर्वत पर क्या कर रहे हैं। चुड़ाला asked, whatever you asked me as my introduction, I have given you. Now tell me who are you and why you have come here to this forest and what are you doing here? आपका यह अरण्यवास कितने काल का हुआ, यानी आपको अरण्यवास करते करते कितना समय बीत गया है। वनवास कर कौन कार्य सिद्ध करना चाहते हैं। यह सत्य सत्य कहिए, छिपाइए मत, क्योंकि तपस्वी लोग असत्य बोलना जानते ही नहीं। Chudala asked, tell me clearly, without hiding anything, why you have come to this forest and since how long you have been here? What is your purpose of living in the forest? Because the ascetics never lie. Please tell me clearly everything, frankly. राजा सिखध्वज ने कहा, मुनिवर आप देवपुत्र हैं, सभी कुछ ठीक ठीक जानते हैं, लोक वृत्तांत और परमार्थ वृत्तांत भी जानते हैं, फिर भी आपके जानने योग्य और दूसरी कौन सी वस्तु कहूँ। So the king Sikhidhwaj said in answer, O celestial being, you know everything. You know all the informations of the worldly matters as well as you know the absolute truth. So what else I can tell you? हे आर्य, केवल संसार रूपी भय से भीत हो जाने के कारण मैं इस वन के अंदर रहता हूँ। यद्यपि आप तो मुझे जानते ही हैं, फिर भी मैं आपसे कुछ संक्षेपतः कह रहा हूँ, सुनो। The king said, "You know everything, yet because you asked me, I shall tell you the truth about myself in brief. Please hear it." मैं सिखिध्वज नामक राजा हूँ। राज्य छोड़कर यहाँ पर वास करके तप कर रहा हूँ। हे तत्वज्ञ, मैं संसार में पुनर्जन्म से अत्यंत डर गया हूँ। ओ ग्रेट वन, माय नेम इज सिखिध्वज, आई एम द किंग, and I have left my kingdom, and I have come here to the forest for doing austerities, because I have been greatly afraid of the world, of this birth and death cycle. पहले सुख फिर दुख, पहले मरण फिर जन्म, यह फिर उत्पन्न हुआ ही करता है। इसलिए हे तत्वज्ञ, संसार से संतप्त होकर इन वन विधियों में तप कर रहा हूँ। दिस वर्ल्ड इज ए साइकिल ऑफ बर्थ एंड डेथ, पेन एंड प्लेजर. It comes again and again in cycle, one after the other. You know everything. So I have been tortured by the worldly life. So now I have come to this forest for penance. चारों ओर दिशाओं में घूम भी रहा हूँ, कठोर तप भी कर रहा हूँ, फिर भी जैसे निर्धन निधि प्राप्त नहीं करता, वैसे ही मैं असल शांति प्राप्त नहीं कर रहा हूँ। I have been wandering all over the world, and I have been doing so much hard austerities. Yet, just as a poor fellow doesn't get much wealth, so also I am not being able to get the real peace in mind. यद्यपि यहाँ पर मेरा प्रयत्न कुंठित हो गया है, मैंने कोई फल भी प्राप्त नहीं किया है, मैं असहाय भी हूँ, राज्य काल की साधु संगति आदि से वंचित भी हो गया हूँ, फिर भी इस वन में घून से क्षीण वृक्ष की तरह सूख रहा हूँ। My actions have been very scrutinized. I have been tired by doing all these austerities. I have not yet got anything out of these austerities, and I am also helpless here. I have been deprived of satsang, which was very much available when I was the king. Satsang. Many great monks used to come to me, and I was able to have satsang by that. But here in the forest nobody comes to me. I have been helpless and I am drying out just as the trees dry up by the insects. उपवास देवता और अतिथि को पूजादि रूप यह नियत नियत क्रिया ठीक ठीक रूप से करते करते तो एक दुख से दूसरे अनेक दुखों की ओर जा रहा हूँ. I am doing my duties here, serving the guests and worshipping the gods. I am doing everything rightly. But yet I am going from one problem to the other, one pain to the other. हे तत्वज्ञ शास्त्रानुमोदित उस क्रिया उक्त क्रिया निश्चित विश्रांति रूप अमृत की हेतु होने पर भी उसे न देकर मेरे लिए तो विष बनकर स्थित हैं. All these injunctions given by the scriptures, I am observing it literally, but instead of giving me bliss, it has become poisonous for me and giving only pain. I am getting nothing. उसमें कारण क्या है? What is the cause of it? उससे कहिए, please tell me why I have been not able to get peace of mind. What is the cause of it? I am observing everything according to the injunctions of the scriptures literally, but no pleasure I can get. कर्म समुचित उपासना अमृत की हेतु है. यह विद्याम च इत्यादि श्रुति से जाना जाता है. उसी के आधार पर मैंने भी विश्रांति के लिए कर्मों के साथ साथ उपासना का अवलंबन किया हूँ, पर उससे विश्रांति न मिलकर दुख परंपरा ही मिल रही है. मेरे लिए कर्म समुचित उपासना विष ही बनकर बैठ गई, अतः उसके विष रूप बनने में हेतु क्या है, कहिए. प्लीज टेल मी द रीजन व्हाई आई हैव नॉट बीन एबल टू गेट पीस ऑफ माइंड, ब्लिस, which is the result of all these, whatever I am doing. It is said in the scriptures that one should worship the gods and guests and all those great people at the same time with the austerities. Karma or upasana, both one should do. Upasana, worshipping of your deities, and karma is austerities or yajna or dan, giving alms to the needy ones. karma kand, doing, performing all kinds of yajna. These are given by the scriptures, and at the same time you must not give up worshipping all these gods and guests. So both should go together. Yajna dana tapaschaiva pavanani manishinam. The sacrifice and charity and austerities, these three are the purifier of the body, mind and senses. So one should not give these up. I am doing this, but yet I am not getting real peace of mind. What is the cause of it? Can you tell me? चुड़ाला बोल रही, कर्म समुचित उपासना से मुक्ति होती है। यह जो राजा को भ्रम हो गया है, वह जब तक निवृत्त नहीं किया जाता तब तक आत्मा का उपदेश देने पर भी आत्मा जानेगा नहीं। इसीलिए भ्रम निवारणार्थ अपने को जिस क्रम का पितामह ने उपदेश दिया था उसका श्रवण कराते हैं। चुड़ाला ने कहा, साधो, किसी समय पहले मैंने अपने पितामह ब्रह्मा जी से यह प्रश्न किया था कि हे प्रभु, ज्ञान और कर्म इन दोनों में जो भी कोई एक मुक्ति का कारण हो उसे मुझसे कहिए। So Chudala says, she thinks now the king is bewildered. He is not able to understand clearly by what means one attains self-realization. He is not able to understand the scriptures clearly. So now Chudala tries to explain the king by saying, once I had also asked the same question to my grandfather, the creator Brahma, because she has introduced herself as the grandson of the creator Brahma. So now she says, once I also asked the same question to my grandfather Brahma, same way, to know the clear means by which one attains self-knowledge. Chudala said, once I also asked my grandfather that, please tell me, grandfather, ज्ञान और कर्म इन दोनों में से जो कोई एक मुक्ति का कारण हो, what is the cause for self-realization, whether it is karma or jnana. Karma yoga or jnana yoga. The path of knowledge or the path of actions. What is real means to self-realization. ब्रह्मा जी ने कहा, हे पौत्र, ज्ञान ही परम श्रेय है, यानी उत्तम आत्म तत्व का कारण है। टू द आंसर ऑफ माई क्वेश्चन, माई ग्रैंडफादर ब्रह्मा सेड, my dear child, the path of knowledge is means to attain self-realization. Path of knowledge is selectively chosen by Brahma and said to his grandson. This is the real path, real path. आने दो, आने दो। अच्छा, मेरे लिए शायद नहीं ला रहे हैं ना, मैं मना कर दिया था, चाय पेट गरम करता है। बात करने से गला में खरोंच आ जाता है। So Brahma, the creator, said, my dear child, the path of knowledge is the cause for self-realization. केवल उसी से भली भांति आत्मा का साक्षात अनुभव हो जाता है। Only by that the person experiences the knowledge of the self. यह तो काल यापनार्थ विनोद मात्र के लिए ही है। तृतीय में जो क्रियाओं का उल्लेख किया गया है वह तो काल यापनार्थ विनोद मात्र के लिए ही है। Whatever injunctions are given in the scriptures about the karma yoga, that is only for passing time and amusement. Amusement. That is not the real path. तात्पर्य यह है कि स्वर्ग आदि सुख भोग रूप विनोद के लिए यद्यपि क्रियाएं प्रवृत्त होती है, तथापि परिणाम में स्वर्ग भोग के विरस होने के कारण वह मुख्य पुरुषार्थ नहीं हो सकता। अतः किन्हीं दूसरे प्रकार के भयंकर अनर्थों की उत्पत्ति के निवारणार्थ आयुष्य काल यापन करने के लिए ही उक्त श्रुति में क्रिया का उल्लेख किया गया है। The path of knowledge is the real path, but the path of yajna, dana, tap, all these are given in the scriptures only for passing time in the life Why it is given then? It is given only to attain some higher existence of reality. That means higher astral planes, to enjoy there for some time and then again to come back to the earthly life. Why it is? The purpose is to avoid other dangers, other problems. Other problems will be avoided by doing good karmas. But the result will be good. But after the good, again you have to come back to the earthly life for doing some more good. That result lasts for some time, not for eternity. It cannot be the cause for self-realization. You see, when a child is doing some mischief, it is not obeying you. You are trying to control the child. The child is not obeying you. What do? To avoid his mischievous works, you give him some toys or some sweets to eat, some toffees, so that he will not be subject to some problems. The child will pass time easily and without problems. Everybody does like this. Or give him some good picturesque notebooks, or engage him some other good work which he likes most, so he will not play any more mischief. To avoid him from doing mischiefs, some good works are given to the child, whatever he likes. Everybody likes to enjoy good things. So for enjoying good things, the heavenly pleasures or the pleasures of other higher planes, you have to go on doing austerities and charities and yajnas, so that you can avoid the bad actions which yield you painful result. That is the purpose of scriptures. That's why it gives so many other paths to follow. Because not all can follow the path of knowledge. It is direct, but nobody likes to approach directly something. Everybody is habituated to go indirectly. So, the purpose of the scriptures to give these three ways, yajna, dana, tapa, to avoid bad things, bad actions, forbidden actions. This is the purpose of scriptures. Slowly, when the child gets obedient, then you can make him doing good things. इसीलिए विद्याम च इत्यादि श्रुति ज्ञान के अधिकारी जनों के लिए ही प्रवृत्त हैं. सो आइदर बाई विद्या or by avidya. This is told in these scriptures. Vidya, the knowledge. Avidya, the ignorance. So the Shruti has said, scriptures has said this only to engage the people in good things. The purpose of scriptures is this only. उस श्रुति में अविद्यया मृत्युम तीर्त्वा विद्यया मृतमश्नुते. अविद्यया मृत्युम तीर्त्वा विद्यायामृतमश्नुते. यह जो मृत्यु तरण तथा अमृतत्व कहा गया है, उसका अभिप्राय स्वाभाविक दुश्चेष्टा निवृत्ति में तथा अपेक्षित अमृतत्व में है. So it is said in the scriptures, either by knowledge or by ignorance, one can attain the absolute. Of course, we understand by knowledge it is okay, but by ignorance, ignorance means the relative world. That is called ignorance. And by relative activities means comparative activities, which are better than the bad ones. People do all sorts of nonsense to get some momentary pleasure, or either by anger or by being forced by greediness, accumulating nature, parigraha, or by taking revenge upon somebody, by anger, by telling lies and doing harm to others. They do all sorts of nonsense. To avoid these, avidya also leads you to do good things. This doing good things also is in relativity. It is better than doing bad things. So it is also path of ignorance only. By doing good things, one will be encouraged to do still better things. The story of Bali is proof for this. Bali, the greatest charitable person, means not charitable, what do you say? Dani?
Philanthropist.
Dani?
हाँ, मतलब जो जन कल्याण के लिए करता है दान.
No,
So you
no,
are a
no.
philanthropist. ऐसे कैसे?
the Bali was giving everything. Whosoever comes to him, asks something, he will say no, no to no one. He will give certainly whatever is asked, by hook or by crook. Such was the nature of the other king. वो कौन था जो मांस काट करके दिया था?
मांस काट के दे दिया।
हाँ, हैं? हरिश्चंद्र नहीं. To save the bird from the eagle, he gave his own flesh to the eagle to protect the helpless bird. अरे 100 से आता है ना. ओहो, सीबी 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 the great king, he gave his own flesh because that was the demand by the eagle. I will give up this bird's life because this is my prey, I have to eat it. It is not injustice for me. If you want to protect it, I want flesh, that much weight of flesh from your body, then I will eat it and go away. I will not eat this bird. So Sibi was ready to give it. He gave it. And our Bali also, he had taken the vow not to say no to anyone. Only yes, whosoever comes to him and asks anything, he will give it. The Karna also gave his own protective bangles, kabach, armor, and his kundal, which was Karna's savior, the protective armor. He gave it to whom? To Kunti. Indra came. Indra came to ask this in disguised form. He gave it to Indra for Kunti's sake. Huh? Dadichi gave his whole body to make some weapon out of his bones to Indra for a good cause. So such was the story of these great people who did charity. They gave up their everything, sacrificed everything. And Bali also, by this quality, he attained self-knowledge. In the course of time, he became Indra, and he gave away all the properties of Indra to anyone who comes and asks. So he acquired so much merits. He was cheated by Lord Vishnu himself in the form of dwarf, Vaman avatar, dwarf. And the dwarf asked him 3 foot full of land. And by that dwarf became the universal being. He took the universal form and he measured by 3 feet the whole universe. And Bali had no place to live. So Lord Vishnu, who came in disguise in the form of a dwarf, to cheat Bali, to save Indra. So he asked him to go to Netherland, the Patal Lok, and there Lord Vishnu stands in the gate on behalf of Bali to give whosoever comes, whatever they ask, to give everything to them on behalf of Bali, because Bali has given up everything. So being lead on Bali, Lord Vishnu accepted his watchmanship. Yes.
So Maharaj, this is from an all-round vision, logically and analytically. So should we understanding relatively these people is use this karma yoga and other type of yogas. So it is only through these impressions that they create, it will further, it will carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on. Should we understand in that way?
Yes, that way also. And the purpose of doing other types of austerities, yajna and all these karma yoga, etc., they help you to purify the mind and intellect. By pure mind you can do meditation and you can attain self-knowledge. By impure mind you cannot meditate. So for purificated process, all these are advised. That is what Gita also says. Yajna, dana, tapaschaiva, pavanani manishinam. All these, they purify the soul. And by a pure soul, whatever is done in a yogic way, concentration, meditation, samadhi, etc., this is the way to achieve self-knowledge. This is called Jnana Yoga also. Sankhya Yoga is nothing but Raj Yoga and Jnana Yoga. In Samadhi, what do you get? You get the knowledge. So the knowledge part is not described in Raj Yoga. It takes you to the last gate and leaves you there, pushes you that side. Go and enjoy the bliss of the self. In this way, these scriptures have great purpose behind all these rules and regulations. Generally, the people don't understand the inner purpose. But if you blindly follow the scriptures, you will never be taken away from your track. This is the purpose of the scriptures. पौत्र भी पुत्र रूप होता है। इस अभिप्राय से ब्रह्मा जी कहते हैं, हे पुत्र, कुंभ जिन जीवों को ज्ञान रूपा दृष्टि प्राप्त नहीं हुई है, इन लोगों के लिए क्रिया ही सबसे बढ़ चढ़ कर उपलब्ध है। जिसके पास पट्ट अंबर महर्ष पट्टू नहीं रहता, क्या वह साधारण कंबल कहीं छोड़ सकता है? So Brahma explains to Kumbh Muni, who is standing before Sikhidhwaj, the real Chudala, in that form. He says, my grandfather Brahma told me like this, answered me like this. Brahma again says, my dear Kumbha, people who don't get the real vision, they are unable to see what is right, what is wrong. For those people, all these karma yoga and other paths are prescribed. उन लोगों के लिए क्रिया ही सबसे बढ़ चढ़ करके उपलब्ध धन है, अवलंबन है. They can follow these paths. जिसके पास में पट्टंबर नहीं, वो क्या साधारण कंबल छोड़ सकता है? One who has not, who is not having very costly wheats, that is pattambar, silk wheats, और ये पश्मीना को क्या कहते हैं? पश्मीना इंग्लिश, इंग्लिश में पश्मीना वो इंग्लिश, it is पश्मीना it is there in English. गुगलानंद सरस्वती क्या बोलते हैं?
Gugulanand is saying the same thing. Pashmina is the silk only. Pashmina is not an English word. It's the highest form of the silk. It's called Pashmina.
Yes, the cloth or the blankets made out of the wool of rabbits, they are very high class cloth. Or silk, they are high class,
High quality silk.
high quality,
Silk or wool.
yes,
Kashmir wool.
wool. So, if one is not getting this, one cannot get this, will he not use ordinary blankets to avoid cold? Certainly, to avoid cold, one can even cover up ordinary clothes. The poor people, they pass winter nights by that, by godadi. The worst things to cover up the body to avoid cold. One who has not tasted honey, will he not go for jaggery? So, it is good to do something better than worst. तत्वज्ञानी भी वर्णाश्रम क्रमानुसार कर्म कलाप करते देखे गए जाते हैं। फिर आप कैसे कहते हैं कि कर्म कलाप अज्ञानियों के लिए सबसे बढ़ चढ़ कर कारण है? इस पर कहते हैं, हाँ, ज्ञानी कर्म करता है परंतु उसकी क्रियाएं निष्फल ही हैं, यानी जन्म मरण आदि के चक्कर में उसे नहीं डालती है, क्योंकि उसकी समस्त वासनाएं नष्ट हो चुकी हैं। और जो अज्ञानी है उसके सभी कर्म सफल हैं, यानी जन्म मरण के चक्कर में उसे डालते ही हैं, क्योंकि कर्मों को सफलता में प्रयोजक वासनाएं उसमें बनी हुई हैं। So, Brahma explains and clarifies. The question was, if you say karma means charity, yajna, and all these are not cause for self-realization, one should not do all these. How it is seen, even the great wise people, realized souls, they also do all these. This is Janak, for example, the great realized soul, who is called the person without body, Videha. He also was ruling the kingdom, doing all sorts of karmas. So how do you say that karma yoga is good for nothing? Even the wise people do this. So Brahma clarifies the doubt. The actions done by a realized soul is fruitless. It has got no fruit. It is useless. They do it uselessly. And the ignorant persons do the karma usefully. Usefully means their karma achieves some results. The actions of ignorant persons are subject to relativity. So every action will have reaction. Karma will have its result. So the result is to come to the cycle of birth and death again and again. That is the result of karma. Whatever they do it rightly. Out of ignorance, of course, because they are worldly beings. Whatever actions they do, they will have reactions, the result of karma. So it is done usefully. In this way he explains. And the karma done by the wise people has no result. So it is useless. It is not called karma. It is called akarma. It is no karma. It is non-action, inaction. And how do they do it? Just as you do something in deep sleep by instinct, sometimes it is seen people walk in the sleepwalk. They will be sleeping, they have no sense, but yet they will get up from the bed and be walking in the path for some distance. And after going there, they will come back and again lie down in the bed without knowledge, without awareness. It is called sleepwalk. Or they say daydream, which has got no result, just imaginations. In this way, because body has got all these senses, mind and intellect, etc., the body of the realized soul does all these without meaning, without any purpose, because nobody can remain without doing anything. Senses are there, mind is there, prana is there, and
No intention.
pardon?
No intention.
No intention,
No
no purpose, no result also. Just like the play of the children playing in the sandy beach. No purpose, only amusement. Yes?
So Maharaj, in relativity or in relative world, the law is same for both for an unrealized and the realized soul. So any action or any deed, whether it is a good or a bad, is said that as per logical 360 degree it will create an impression. So in this case of realized soul, even if it does an action, so it doesn't, should we understand that it does not create any impression?
No. Why? Because he becomes the witness of these actions. He doesn't become the doer of these actions. He becomes the witness. And as such, these actions will reap no reactions. Purposeless. Just as you sit somewhere in a vacant mood and go on looking at some point somewhere in the tree or the sky, on the mountain, but you don't see all these. While seeing, you don't see. That means your mind is somewhere else. Sometimes it happens to everyone. In vacant mood, the mind has no thoughts, but the eyes will be looking at something. They don't see it while seeing. Shrunvan shrunvat keti janye. Some people speak, they speak not. They hear not. They see not. Means they are seeing or hearing, or actions of the senses are meaningless. Just as we do our daily routine work of the body, going to bathroom, and taking bath or passing the answering the call of nature or sitting idly or gossiping something with your friend, all these are useless. It yields no result. They have no impressions in the subconscious mind. They are just done for doing sake. Habituated actions. That is what is said by sleepwalk. They don't have any impressions. And sleep eating also. The children, the mother will wake the children up and force him to eat something and then go to bed. The child gets up from the sleep, eats something without knowing what he is doing because he was in a drowsy condition. And again the boy goes and sleeps in the bed. He knows nothing. You do so many things in the dream. Has it got any result? No purpose, no result. And daydream, of course, everybody knows, only somewhere in the sky, imaginary sky. It has got no meaning at all. They say Aranya Rodan, crying in the deep forest. It is useless, meaningless. Nobody hears your cry. No help comes to you, but one has to cry aloud. Oh, help me, help me. Useless. Similarly, the actions of the realized souls have no result. It will not put them into the cycle of birth and death. Whereas all these karmas done by ajnani, ignorant persons, it will yield some result. Every action will have reaction, opposite and equal reaction. So it is called useful actions. And in the case of realized souls, useless actions, useless, fruitless actions. Just as you look at the tree for nothing, you see nothing, but you are looking at the sky because your mind is vacant. So,
Swamiji, can we say if the realized soul doesn't have a purpose, but the universe has a purpose?
in both ways we can say. The universe means creation has purpose also and has no purpose also. It is useless also, useful also. The purpose is to hide the truth. Hide the truth. That is the purpose. But that is useless. It cannot hide the truth. Just as we say, the clouds have covered up the sun. It is meaningless also, meaningful also. We don't see the sun, so we say the clouds have covered up the sun. General language is this. but it is not reality. The clouds have covered up your eyes, not the sun, just opposite. Similarly, this creation is not there. So how can we bring some purpose or purposelessness? There is neither purpose nor no purpose, because it is not there. The creation is not real. So the imaginary castle in the air, what will have its purpose? Imaginary castle in the air, what will you get? But you go on thinking of it. What is the purpose of the son of a barren woman? What is the purpose? Purpose will be there, only some amusement, talking on something. Similarly, the creation has purpose, purposeless purpose. Purpose is to cover up the truth, and that is not the real purpose, because it doesn't exist. We cannot talk something seriously or meaningfully on some object which is not there. Yes?
Usually from another point of view, all-round vision, you shared in the initial classes saying this from a universal point of view, you said it is only an accidental coincidence from one point of view. So
Yes?
So it is just an accidental coincidence.
Accidental. That's what we were discussing yesterday. Kakataliya Nyaya. The crow comes and sits on the palm tree, and the palms are ripened, they fall down. So it is coincidence. Coincidence.
So then we cannot say the universe has a purpose, go has a purpose.
Yes, we cannot say some real purpose is behind it. It is just by chance, perchance. Neither the creation is there, nor the creation will be there, nor it was there. So what can we seriously tell on this world creation? Whatever we say, it is meaningless and useless. Our seeing this creation also is meaningless. What is the purpose of your dreams? Of course, in so-called waking state, we have some so-called purposes. But what is the purpose of dreaming? Does anybody get some purpose to dream? It is by chance. It is like this. This is like this. We take the creation to be truth. That's why we give so much importance to it. And when you tell it truth, then all these pain and pleasures are also truth. And for a realized soul, there is no pleasure, no pain. क्या तब ज्ञानी की अशुभ क्रियाएं भी ऐसे ही है। So if a realized soul murders someone, will it be purposeless and fruitless? The question arises, if a knowledgeable person or a realized soul murders the people, will he not be arrested and sent into jail, or will he not be hanged?
He'll be hanged. But he realizes that he is not the body, so he will get.
So he doesn't feel anything on the result also. If you beat him for doing something wrong, that is accepted. He doesn't feel any pain because he is the witness of the body, senses and all these karmas. The bright example of Sadasiv Brahman is before us. Sadasiv was nude, the great realized soul of South India, great Jnani. He was walking on the front of a Muslim village. Muslims are dead against the nude fellows. He had no sense of body. He just was walking without anything, nude. So some of the youngsters among those villagers, they were so much irritated. They chased him and caught his one hand by a sword. But he didn't complain. Sadasevi didn't say anything, didn't feel anything. If a dry leaf falls down from a tree, maybe the tree feels it. Oh, some dry leaf has fallen down. But here Sadasiv didn't look towards these people. He didn't feel anything. He was just going on walking. Seeing these Muslim youngsters, they got aback. Are, is this a man or some bhoot, some ghost? Who is this fellow? We caught his hand, but he didn't react to it. No reaction. So they went and fell at his feet, begged excuse. Oh great one, we have done a mistake. We didn't recognize who are you. Please excuse us. So Sadasiv stopped there. What wrong you have done? He is asking these youngsters, what wrong you have done? We cut down your arm. Oh, so what happened? No, it is not legal, it is not good for us. So what do you want? We have done a mistake, please excuse us and let the hand be as it was. What shall I do? Please forgive us. Okay. You want that hand should be hanging here? Hanging here? They said, yes. Where is it lying? Bring it and place it here. They did it and then and there it was there, and no blood, nothing. It was just as before. So willpower. To satisfy, to console these youngsters, he did it purposelessly, meaninglessly. He didn't feel anything, whether the hand is caught or the throat is caught. Nothing happens to such people. So, such persons, they are not aware of the body, and whatever is done to them, they don't care for it, and they go on care freely. As long as their body remains. So tomorrow we shall see further ज्ञानी की अशुभ क्रियाएं भी ऐसे ही है क्या? दिस इज व्हाट लॉर्ड कृष्णा एक्सप्लेन टू अर्जुना, हत्वापि स इमान लोकान न हंति न निबध्यते. A jnani, when you remember me all the time, keeping your mind on me, if you kill all these fellows, neither you will be bound, nor you will gain any sin, nor you will be punished. Because your mind is not there, your doership is not there. Don't worry. Go and fight the battle. So really speaking, if the jnani do something wrong, that is also no wrong. They are never punished. They are beyond rules and regulations. That's why the scriptures say, ko vidhi ko nishedha. What rules or no rules for a realized soul? So tomorrow we shall see how the actions done by the jnanis are useless, fruitless, and even if he does something wrong, it has also no effect. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, शब्द ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय. Hari Om.